In the market square of the little town of Kalamata, the stage is ready for the arrival of socialist opposition leader Alexis Tsipras. The area is buzzing with people who are fed up with the established parties.
If Prime Minister Antonis Samaras and his people win, it will have an even worse effect on Europe. Alexis Tsipras is a young man, and we have high hopes for him.
People should give Tsipras a chance. Then we'll see if things go uphill or downhill for us.
When he finally takes to the stage, Tsipras receives a hero's welcome. The young politician is charismatic, but unapproachable. He's been entered into the race for president of the European Commission, and we've lined up an interview to talk to him about his candidacy. But he is focused on other things. In his speech, he lists Europe's flaws, sharply criticizing the austerity measures imposed on his country. He describes the consequences as a social holocaust, and Angela Merkel as his main opponent. He refers to the German Chancellor 8 times and warns of a German Europe. There's no mention of specific election goals, and there is no interview. We follow him to Athens, where there's little sign of the battle for power in distant Brussels. Many Greeks blame the EU for the misery in their country. And Tsipras promises to throw the IMF, the World Bank, and EU financial backers out of the country. But then what?
Only against is not policy. It's not enough.
Vanessa Katsardi will give Alexis Tsipras and his left-wing Syriza her vote. The university lecturer and mother of 2 has been out of work for 2 years. She believes Tsipras is the only one who really dares to challenge those responsible for the current crisis.
I believe in Europe. I want to change Europe and change the way of thinking and move it towards the people and less towards the companies and the banks and everything. So I think that giving vote to more leftish parties, we will give that new era to Europe.
Tsipras' anti-German campaign can be felt in unexpected ways, like from this election helper.
I don't want to speak to German channel.
Okay. All right.
Tsipras plans on running in Greece's next parliamentary election in 2016 with hopes of becoming prime minister. The polls put him neck and neck with the current head of government, Antonis Samaras. Critics believe he would even form a coalition with right-leaning parties if it got him into power.
He's doubtless politically talented. He's increased the Syriza party's following from 3% to more than 20%. But I think his populism and his opportunism work against him.
This promotional film is testimony to the statesman-like way in which Tsipras portrays himself abroad, although he's known to shy away from media attention. We're still waiting for our interview and have followed the candidate to a packed Athens theater. His speech, which is broadcast live on television, is another critique of the neoliberal politics he says have spilled Greek blood and caused Greek pain. He points to the current 30% unemployment rate and says Europe needs a new deal in the form of justice. After his speech, he takes questions. We ask exactly what he would change as president of the European Commission.
I will try to ask for a European summit for the public debt for the European periphery, in the model of the London summit of 1953, that they decide to cancellate the 60% of the public debt of Germany after the Second World War, and the main victim of the austerity and the barbarian measures is democracy itself.
And then he goes on his way, the candidate for the European left wing, whose real goal is to become the next prime minister of Greece.